Bites of Pie. Today's video is going to cover Lab 5e using the comparable interface. Today's lab is a fairly short lab. It's just going to help you get familiar with the comparable interface. We're going to start off by writing a largest function. So you're going to need to create a function, probably a static function, static largest function, that will take 3 comparable parameters. So we'll have to pass in 1, 2, and 3, just like you see here, of this type interface. And you'll have to return the largest of those 3 interfaces by using the compare to function. Now, this is really cool because we're going to at the end of the day, we're going to use the same function and pass in strings and integers. So because I'm using the comparable interface, the string uses the comparable interface, and the integer class uses the integer wrapper class uses the compare to. So I can use the same function to compare strings and integers, and it'll work for both. So let's take a look at it. I'm not going to do the whole thing since it's not a full lab for you, the first one, but I'll kind of start you off. So here we're going to create a static comparable largest function. So here, I'm going to cheat here, copy paste, because I've already done this. I'm creating a comparable that's going to return a comparable output. So it's a static function. It's going to return a comparable. The name of the function is largest, and it's going to take in 3 comparables. So I'm going to take in value 1, value 2, value 3, and then I'm going to return that value as the largest value. Now, because they're using the compare to interface, I'm going to be doing something like this. So you'll probably see in your function, you'll probably start off by comparing the first value to the second value. So you'll probably have if statements where if 1 is larger than 2, then I'll say this is the largest, and then I'll have to do something you'll use this to figure out which one of these 2 is the largest, and then compare that to the third value. At the end, you'll return the largest value. So you may want, you don't have to do this, but you may want a comparable large and use that to determine and set large equal to whichever one's the biggest one. Okay, so that's how you're going to attack this first part. The second part, it's already mostly written out for you. So we're going to prompt the user. We've already prompted the user. Now we're going to have to use the scanner to scan it in. We even have the strings and the ints. So if I'm probably going to want to do something like scanner.nextLine. Probably going to want to do scan next line, or sorry, something like string 1 compare equals scan dot, and you know what to do next line. Here, I'll need to do that for all 3 strings here, and then I'll need to output the largest here. So I'll need to call the comparable, system.out.print line, and then do something here that call the compare compare 3.5e dot, and then call the largest function and pass in those 3 values. I'll have to pass in string compare 1, string compare 2, and string compare 3, right, to get all 3. All right, I'm going to fast forward and take you to the end. Okay, now that I've fast forwarded, I'm going to check my output with the sample output in the lab. So I'm going to run the program, and it asks me, I'm going to say apple, pear, banana, and the largest one should be a P, so it's comparing A, P, and B, and this is the largest, so we'll say the largest is pear. Now I'm going to compare integers, 50, 20, and 30, and the largest is 50, so I should have that out. This concludes Lab 5e. Thanks for watching.